Welcome back, guys. This is a 2010 Nissan 370Z Touring version. You know why I'm here. I know why I'm here. Let's find out, shall we?
I'd like to make a very special thanks to Eckert Hyundai right here in Texas for making this review possible.
Alright, just stepping into this car, aside from the fact that it's egg-shaped and it echoes a lot in this car than other cars I've reviewed, this car has a lot going for it. I mean, let's just start talking numbers. For example, when this car first came out, the base price started about $37,000 back in 2010, and it makes the same power. I mean, it looks better in 2017 as opposed to 2010, but this is 2010, so we're gonna focus on this year. So, in brand new, base price for this car was about $37,000, and then fully loaded out was like $40,000 plus. That's like in the Camaro SS 2016 territory, and that has a V8. That's a lot more technology than this car. Let's talk about the interior real quick. This interior is nice. It fits comfortably. I like the steering wheel. My favorite aspect of this car is the steering wheel. How it's kind of flat on the sides. The 993 grip are awesome. The perforated leather. The paddle shifters are on the steering column, so you know where they are when you're tracking this car or just going around the back in the country road, going down the canyons and whatnot. It's very nice. And also my favorite feature is when you adjust the steering wheel, the gauges and everything moves with the steering wheel, so you always have clear visibility of your tachometer, which is the biggest gauge in this car, kind of like the Miata, but this is a 370Z with more power, and you get my point. And also your speedos right there on the right hand side. I'm kind of confused how they kept the speedo and the gauge cluster, all in analog, and then you have this, I don't know what you call it, Nintendo-ish graphics for the fuel gauge. I mean, it's nice. I know it's easy to read and it's nice and all that, but it's just dot for each level you going in your temperature gauge. It says okay, it's just there. It's just very simple. Moving along, before nitpicking, the interior is very nice and just high up. There's plenty of headroom because this car is egg-shaped, and the back is just sloping and just looks very, very it's very, very functional. It's shaped functional, just to slip through the air as smooth as possible. I like the armrest right here. It's very comfortable. It's lapped in. It feels like Alcantara or suede, and it's just beautifully stitched. And the stitching is just very, very consistency, and it's white against black, which is not bad. The seats are very, very comfortable. They're leather wrapped, but they're kind of power adjustable and manual at the same time. So it's kind of a little bit of both. So to adjust the seat, you can just move the mechanism forward and backward to adjust it. It's on the, in case you wonder where that is, it's to the right next to the e-brake lever right here. The center console, it's very comfortable. It's rubbery texture, but there's some hard plastics here and there. But your armrest for your storage compartment, it's comfortable as well. And this car sits very, very low. If the roof line was any lower, I would feel really cramped to this car. Nissan is trying to make this car the center of gravity really low, so you can have a 50-50 weight distribution. Again, the platform is the FM platform, which means front to midship platform. So the engine is just below, is pushed far back to the firewall, so it's almost behind the front axles of the car for better weight distribution. So this car is better handling, and this car, you can compare this car to Genesis Coupe, obviously, because if you haven't seen that video, go and watch that video right now. I did my full review on the Genesis Coupe, and that's why this car is gonna be also gonna go like a head-to-head to Genesis Coupe. That's what it feels like. But I'm not trying to compare. I'm gonna compare those two cars, but that's not the point. This is gonna be a review of the 370Z. But watch the video on the Genesis Coupe so you can have a better reference point for where I'm coming from. So moving on, the interior is just nicely laid out. It's not like everything's really driver focused. The 3 gauges on top, they're very, very nice and easy to read. You have your engine temperature there, also a battery meter, and the time. I feel like they could have done more with the gauges and put a torque meter there or something like that, like the Genesis Coupe had. But anyways, this is a different design, but it's just nice to have it up there, so it's just focused to the driver. This interior is nicely thought out. Everything the driver needs to know is right there and facing you. You don't have to look for anything other than you want to change the stereo, for example. It's just there. Speaking about stereo, this car comes with Bose audio system with 2 subwoofers. Moving about the audio, this car sounds good. It's a 3.7 liter V6. It makes about 330 horsepower. Yes, it's not the Nismo, but Nismo makes about 348 at 7,000 RPMs and 207 foot-pounds of torque at about 5,300 RPMs. But this car does 0 to 60 in about 4.9 seconds. The Genesis Coupe about 5.2 seconds. But mind you, that car is a lot more heavier and has more power and torque than this car. And this car is lighter, and this car has a better transmission. It's very, very quick on the shift. My favorite part about transmission is the downshift. The downshift is quick, upshifts not so much. They need to refresh that a little bit. Downshift. Second. Oh, stability control light comes on. It's feeling its wheels. That's 270 foot-pounds of torque at like 5,100 RPMs. That's pretty nice. And you feel that. Oh. Everybody's gonna miss out on naturally aspirated engines. Forget about the turbochargers. I mean, yeah, it's gonna save the planet, but you can't beat that. See, third gear, that transmission. Let's put the power down nicely. I do appreciate how Nissan put the paddle shifters on the steering column, which is really nice, because when I'm driving, I'm not have to like find. I mean, it's easier. A lot of people prefer that easier on the steering wheel, but I like it on the steering column. This reminds me of the GTR, as I've driven that before, and then this reminds me of that, which is quite.
It was at this moment he knew.
Damn, this transmission knows how to put the power down on this car. They call it the RE7 something. I don't know what they can call like the, you know, for Porsche has the PDK and the likes of which. It's just a long number, like a serial number. The torque is where you feel more, and the power is the one that pulls the torque, and that's why you feel it longer. So it's decent. This car just handles. It's sitting on 19-inch wheels, so the ride's a little bit of compromise to the suspension tuning and whatnot. It kind of rides a little bit on the harsh side, but it doesn't like beat you up. It's just like it's manageable at the touring car. The seats are comfortable. The interior is great. It's like mixed with leather and Alcantara or microfiber. That's what it feels like. So the seats are like half cloth, half leather kind of type of deal. And also for technology, you have the Bose audio system with 2 subwoofers, which sounds amazing. It's Bose we're talking here. So Bose is a pretty reputable company to make speakers. Oh, I love that downshift. The downshift is brutal and it's seamless too. It's not jerky or anything like that. The downshift is just spot on. If only they can make that downshift as quick of the upshift to when you want the gear. It just has this slight delay, but who's gonna notice that anyways? Unless you're on a track or something. The base price for this car starts about like $37,000. Back in 2010, about the same time. Now the 2017 model is about $37,000 for the base manual, and you go for the automatic like $38 MSRP. And then the fully loaded out version, like $40,000 plus, which is really, it's just like ridiculous, because there's a lot of cars with better engines or bigger engines and more power for $40,000. For example, the Camaro that I reviewed a couple of months back, and you have the Genesis Coupe, which they don't make anymore, from the 2016, loaded out. You can get that for $35,000 with navigation, with 4 seats, a bigger trunk, a bigger engine, and the same gas mileage. So I'm just curious to see how is there a gap? How is there a $10,000 price gap between this car and those cars? It makes no sense. But then again, you put your foot down, and the tires dig for traction. These tires are Michelin Pilot Sport tires, which they hook nicely, but when you push it to the edge, the traction control light warns you like, hey, I'm looking for traction here. But then you know you're in a really capable car, and you get why this car is just as it is. But I don't get why it's $10,000 more than its competitors in the same category. This platform though, Nissan calls this the FM platform, as in the frontal midship platform. So the reason they did that is because you can have better weight distribution, 50-50 to be exact. So the engine is pushed far back towards the firewall, and then so the driver, the engine, and it's all like almost in between the wheel axles of the car. So for you have lower center of gravity, and as well as better handling in corners like this. The vehicle motor has its own characteristics, you know, with a compression ratio of 11.1. I mean, no one really cares about that, but it all adds up to how this car behaves just a little bit. You know, that V6 naturally aspirated. You can never replicate how a naturally aspirated engine feels. You just can't. I'm in 4th gear right now. I'm in manual, and I want more throttle. It's there. This is gonna be it for this 2010 Nissan 370Z Touring Edition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, because I had fun driving this car. This car has a lot going for it. Let me know what you think down below about this video and this car. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you're new and you enjoy my content. Follow me on Instagram. And as always, peace out and stay fit.